Hello, I'm Pauline Rowson, author of the crime series featuring the flawed and rugged D.I. Andy Horton. The Horton series has everything: compelling crimes, complex past history, a tough work environment, romantic entanglements, and political intrigue played out against the dramatic and powerfully evocative British marine landscape of Portsmouth and the Solent on the south coast of England. D.I. Andy Horton is a complex character. He's physically strong and very fit, but emotionally vulnerable. Abandoned by his mother when he was 10, Horton, raised in a succession of children's homes, has grown up on the rough streets of Portsmouth. He survived on his wits and with his fists. He knows the dark, seedy recesses of his home city, which he hates and loves in equal measure. He seeks justice and doesn't much care how he gets it, just as long as the villains get done. Estranged from his wife, he lives alone on his boat in Southsea Marina. As 2013 draws to a close, I'm taking a look back at the D.I. Andy Horton crime novels published in this year. Undercurrent, the 9th in the series, and Death Surge, the 10th in the series. Undercurrent has been described by US reviewer Kirkus as another solid procedural with a little kick of spy stuff for the adventurous. As I read the outline of Undercurrent, take a look at the pictures of where this novel is set: Portsmouth, its historic dockyard, and Portsmouth Harbour. When naval historian Dr. Douglas Spalding is found dead in Portsmouth Historic Dockyard, the major crime team is adamant that it's suicide. Detective Inspector Horton is not so sure. Then another body is found in similar circumstances, and Horton is convinced they're looking at murder. But not so his bosses. Angry and frustrated at the lack of investigation, Horton goes out on a limb to prove he's right. Whichever way he turns, he finds the deaths have all the hallmarks of a cover-up at the highest level. But who is behind it and why? Soon Horton begins to find disturbing similarities with his own private investigations into the disappearance of his mother 30 years ago. As he gets closer to the truth, it seems someone is determined to stop him finding the killer and keep the truth from ever coming out, even if it means death, Horton's and others. Death Surge, the 10th in the D.I. Andy Horton series, has been described by reviewer David Marshall as a high-quality puzzle with a devious plot, a taut and exciting investigation into a disappearance which turns into a murder hunt, all very enjoyable. As I read you the outline of Death Surge, view the pictures of where this novel is set: the Hillsea Lines, Portsmouth, the Isle of Wight and Gosport. A telephone call from a frantic Sergeant Cantelli to say that his nephew Johnny Oslo is missing cuts short Detective Inspector Horton's sailing trip to France. Summoned back to the Isle of Wight, Horton learns that Johnny has not shown up for racing during Cowes Week as previously arranged. The investigation is ranked low priority by Horton's boss, Detective Chief Inspector Lorraine Bliss, who, like others, believe Johnny has gone off with a woman. But events take a very different turn when the charred remains of a body are discovered in one of the disused tunnels in the Hillsea Lines in Portsmouth. With the arrival of Detective Chief Superintendent Sawyer of the Intelligence Directorate and Agent Harriet Eames of Europol, what began as a hunt for a missing man becomes a search for a ruthless killer.